In this lesson, we're going to learn a great expression, but don't forget to stay for the vocabulary quiz because I explain a lot, including common expressions and grammar. As always, don't forget to like the video if you learn something new. Bob and Sophia are coworkers, and they're chatting after a successful company event. The event looked great from the outside. Thanks. It took a lot of work to pull it all together. I bet. Setting everything up must have been stressful. You have no idea. A lot went wrong behind the scenes. Really? It seemed totally smooth. Trust me, we were putting out fires all day. It was a lot to handle. Quiz time! What does behind the scenes mean? During a project, in a public place, out of sight or privately, none of the above. Please pause the video and answer the question. Behind the scenes means out of sight or privately. Hey everyone, it's John. We can think of a scene in the context of a theater where the audience can see the action, but behind the curtain or behind the scenes, a lot of extra things are happening. We can apply this to any situation where something is hidden, and we often use this in the context of work. For example, the work to prepare a presentation or an event. We see the final product, but behind the scenes, a lot of things happen.
What most people don't realize is that hunger and energy use are controlled by the brain, mostly without your awareness. Your brain does a lot of its work behind the scenes. And that is a good thing, because your conscious mind, how do we put this politely, it's easily distracted.
Vocabulary quiz time. Pause the video for each question. The event looked great. Thanks. It took a lot of work to pull it all together. What's another way to say it takes work? It requires energy. It makes me tired. Another way to say it takes work is it requires energy. If you pull it all together, you bring all of the parts of a project into one thing. The final thing, the final result, the complete project. Pull everything together. Thanks. It took a lot of work to pull it all together. I bet. What's a similar way to say I bet? I can imagine. I disagree. I can imagine is a similar way to say I bet. He said it takes a lot of work, and she responded, I can imagine, or I bet. We can also say something like, I'm sure, in this situation. Setting everything up must have been stressful. You have no idea. What does must have been imply? I'm 95% sure it's stressful. I'm 95% sure it was stressful. Must have been implies I'm 95% sure it was stressful. When we say something must be difficult in the present, we're saying that we're 95% certain. we think it's definitely difficult. To use must in the past, we add the word have. In this case, we're saying that setting it up or organizing it and preparing it must have been difficult in the past. We are 95% certain that it was difficult. When we add the word have to modal verbs like should, could, or would, they become the past form. For example, should have, could have, would have, or must have. The expression you have no idea is the best way to use this structure, and it's a very common expression. A common mistake people make when they're learning English is you don't have any idea, which sounds grammatically correct, but no one says that. Say, you have no idea. For example, I'm so tired. You have no idea, but I have to keep making this video.
What's so impressive about this car is from the outside, you have no idea the power underneath. The tech, the features that have been packed in are absolutely amazing.
Really? It seemed totally smooth. Trust me, we were putting out fires all day. It was a lot to handle. What does putting out fires mean? Solving urgent problems. Saving the project. Putting out fires means solving urgent problems. Put out is a phrasal verb. It's a combination of two ideas. The first, put, which we can imagine as cover, plus out, which can mean a loss of power, energy, or electricity. Put out means extinguish when we talk about fires, usually only fires, and it's very common in this context. In our dialogue, fires represent problems. When we extinguish fires, we solve problems, urgent problems, dangerous problems, just like a fire. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to learn more about phrasal verbs, consider joining the channel and becoming an English fan. Thank you, channel subscribers, channel members, and private students. And see you in the next lesson.